Hello everybody, this is another GeoGuessr video. Yes, I'm going to play GeoGuessr, but in real life. I'm in Zurich city today, this is where I live, in Switzerland, and I'm going to play GeoGuessr on my phone, but I have to go to each of the 5 locations in Zurich in real life and then put my marker on the game to try and get 5,000 points, the maximum number of points. So I know it looks very cold, it is cold, but it's actually the autumn and the leaves are still green. If you look around over there, completely on the other side, you'll see that we have green leaves still on the tree. So this is absolutely not winter, even though it looks like winter because I'm wearing a jacket. We're next to the main station, the main train station in Zurich. You can see the SBB CFF FFS naming. This is because it's in German, in French and Italian. It's the acronym in the various languages of Switzerland. By the way, do you know how many official languages there are in Switzerland? No, it's not 3. And no, it's not English. The 4th one, it's actually Romanche. So you have Italian, German, French, and Romanche. I said German, right? I've created a map of Zurich in the city. And by the way, when I go to each location, I'm not allowed to check on Google Maps, obviously where it is, but I'm also not allowed to use Google Maps or any application whatsoever to know how to get there. I'm allowed to use my feet. Thank God I have legs, and public transportation. There are trams, buses, trains and boats in Zurich, and I have a public transportation card, so that I'm allowed to use. I'm not going to use a bike today. So the only thing is I can only use paper maps or the paper timetable at the train station, not any app on my phone to know how to get there. So let's get started. Let's start a game. I'm recording my screen and we have our first location. Okay, this looks like a tram. It is a tram stop. Where are we? Again, I'm stressing now. Is this the river? Yeah, it looks like it's the Ziel of the river. This is not far away. Oh, and we have the main train station. What a coincidence. This is very close from here. Actually, you know what? I think it's just, hang on, this is tram number 13. It's not great on the phone. Yeah, I think, oh yes, I think I know where this is. This is where I go to get my tram to go to play beach volleyball. It's actually just opposite the train station, which is right behind me here. So we'll go under and exit on the other side. And it's actually on the zebra crossing. All right, amazing. Easy, great, because I was worried, even though it's the inner city on my map, it's very likely going to be from one end to the other end of the city. So that's why I'm talking about taking public transportation. So come with me. We're going to go to that spot and try to get 5,000 points in real life. So we're right now under the train tracks of the main station. It's actually a bit confusing. The Zurich main station is quite massive and I always get confused with the exits because you can find shortcuts if you're actually going through one of the entrances. So this is actually the furthest point where you can get in the train station, and you have about 18 tracks at this level. All right, let's go up. Quick, quick, quick. I have the camera operator who needs to film everything and try to come with me to our spot. It's right over here. Oh, I don't see the, oh, they've covered the zebra crossing. I think they've painted over it, but I think it's around here because I recognize tram 13. Okay, this is this one, right? Just double checking. Yes, it's exactly here. We have the bin right here. We have to cross. We have to cross, and we're right next to this traffic light. So I'm gonna put the marker on the map here because we are right at the tram stop. We should be just around here next to the road. Okay, here we go. We should get 8 meters away, 5,000 points. That's what I'm talking about. And as you can see, this is the train station from the other side. And you can't see it right here, but you actually have the river. Which one is this one? This is the Ziel, right? Actually continuing this way, if I'm not mistaken, because we have the Limmat otherwise just next to it, but on the other side. All right, let's play the next round. Okay, where's this? Obviously this is Zurich. This is somewhere in the town, more in the center. Oh, we have a church here. This must be one of the main churches. I'm going to move around a little bit because I'm not recognizing. I see a tram here. This is probably going to be next to the main. Okay, so we have this. Where's this? I think it's St. Peter, I think. And this must be Bahnhofstrasse, which is the main avenue in Zurich. It's said to be the most expensive Stauffacher. No, this is not St. Peter's Church. The most expensive street in the world. Stauffacher. No, this is not this one. I'm confused as to where it is. Great. But I thought that was the main. Okay, so we have, this is the stop you can see here. So we have lines 2, 9, 3, and 14. And none of them are going through here. Amazing. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go behind the train station once again, but to the main entrance, all the way over there. And try to catch one of these trams to get to that location. So let's go. Okay, so right now we're walking along the train station. And on the left-hand side, this is one of the most recognizable monuments of Zurich. When you get out of the train station, this is the Landesmuseum, the National Museum of Switzerland. And we're actually on the road called Museumstrasse, which is the road of the museum. So that's very easy. So what we're going to do now, I'm going back in front of the operator, is we're going to get to the front of the train station. We were on each side. We're going to go on the front of it so we can take tram number 2 or 13 or 14, I don't remember which one. And get to that station Stauffacher, which I think is not far away. It rings a bell, but I don't know exactly where it is. Actually, I'm dumb. I could look on the map, just like on GeoGuessr. I'm going to do that, but let's get to the tram stop first and foremost, and then we'll have time as we wait. As we wait, we'll have time to actually look into the map. So this is the main station. You can see the big blue screens with all the train departures and arrivals. But we'll go just around the front of the train station. Actually, you know what? Let's go back. Let's go through the main station, because it's actually quite interesting. There is a statue by Niki Saint-Phal, which is a well-known sculptor from the 20th century, and it's a very iconic angel sculpture which is hanging from the ceiling. So if you turn the camera, you'll see the entire station, very busy. It's almost the weekend, so you see there's tons of people everywhere. And if we turn on the left, just around the corner here, in the main hall of the main station, you'll see that angel from Niki de Saint-Phal. That maybe zooming in on the statue. This is the angel of Niki de Saint-Phal, a very famous one. So we're going to go across. Let's carry on. And we have a bunch of tram stops just at the entrance on the main side of the train station. And I'm pretty certain that once we take the tram, we'll be able to find the station actually on the paper map or directly on Google Map, but within the GeoGuessr game. So here in this area, there's always like different festivals or stands. It's not permanent, all these things. Like you have Oktoberfest, like the beer festival, just like in Germany. Right now it's, I don't know what, some other food or drink festival. It's always quite busy, it's quite nice. Don't go here very often, but it's always used for different purposes. Okay, so we're going to exit through probably the most well-known avenue of Zurich, which is Bahnhofstrasse, the road of the station, the train station. And this is the one that is probably the most expensive in the world. I don't know, according to some various information. You'll see as we get out, you can see all the trams and all the flags. You see the Swiss flag first. Actually, no, it's not the first one. But you'll see this in a second as we exit the train station through the main entrance. You don't see much right now, but you have all the luxury shops on either way and the chocolate shops on chops. It's not lamb chops, it's chocolate shops on either side of the Bahnhofstrasse. And behind you, you have the main station, which is under renovation. So you're not going to see the facade. You have the statue and the fountain, which is already turned off for winter, I guess. Or maybe it's under renovation as well, and you have the main station here. All right, so let's go and grab a tram so we can get to Stauffacher. I think this could be one of them. So if you come with me, you can see it says Stauffacher as one of the stops. So we're going to grab this one, and hopefully we're going to get to where we want to go. As you can see, public transportation is very widely used in Zurich, but in general in Switzerland, because it works great. It's on time 99% of the time. All right, we're going to wait until people get out. I could actually check the paper map right behind you, but I'm not going to have the time right now, so let's get on. All right, what's great here is that you actually have a digital screen which tells us where we're going to stop. So we're going to go to that stop in 5 minutes from now, and as you can see, all the different tram stops, 2, 8, 9 and 14. So I knew that we could find a tram here that would get there, and usually at the train station it's the easiest. So we are heading in that direction. We stopped at this tram stop right here, and we're going here. Here we go, Stauffacher, and the church is actually called St. Jacob. So I was confused with another church, well-known church in Zurich. And here we go, I can see the tram stop. So we're going to get out in just a few seconds, and then we're going to go around the church, because I think the location that we want to get to is around the church. So come with me.
I will get you to the apartment.
All right, watch your step. And yes, this is the area of Stauffacher. Now, I think the church is this way, so come with me. And by the way, if you like this kind of real-life GeoGuessr, let me know in the comments so I can do that wherever I travel and wherever there's street view, obviously, otherwise we cannot play GeoGuessr. First time I'm recording this, well, actually with an operator who's kindly agreed to be my guinea pig. And here we go, we have St. Jacob's Church. This is the one I got confused with. I thought it was St. Peter, but it's not. So this is St. Jacob. Oh, and by the way, look around here. What do we have? One of the 1,000 fountains in Zurich. And by the way, it's drinking water. If it's not written that it's not drinkable, then it is drinkable. Everywhere in Switzerland, and specifically in Zurich, you have about 1,000 different fountains of different shapes and sizes and whatever. And to prove to you that I'm not going to die from drinking this water, I'm going to drink now, even though it's so cold. I don't want to drink anything, and the water is really cold. But it's good. See, no, I'm just joking. I'm perfectly fine. Although I did not check if it was written that it was drinkable, but it's fine. Not drinkable, as I said. All right, so let's continue our game because I'm timing this. This is the church. It's nice because I've actually come through here many times and I've never noticed this church. I've walked not far away from here. I've taken the tram, and I've never really paid attention to this church, which seems to have been renovated quite recently. You see the stone is actually in a fairly nice color. So let's go back to our game. Where are we? Let me go back to the starting point. Okay, so we are at this intersection here. This is our church. The other car's parked, so we're on that street, right on this side. Let me turn around. And where are we exactly? It seems we're just at the intersection here. Oh yes, it's an interesting architectural thing that I can show you. Very typical of, I think Switzerland, but specifically the Germanic speaking part of Switzerland. I don't know the English name for this. Unfortunately, I'll try to put this in the description or as an extra edit in the video. But look at this balcony that extends from the facade of the house. So in French, it's called ouriel, and I'll look it up in English. But this is actually very typical of having these little things protruding from the facade. All right, so I'm still recording my screen here, and I think we're just next to it. Yeah, we are next to this thing. We are next to this gate. We're on the road because it's a street view car, and right at the entrance. So if I stand right here, I'm going to put my map. We are. Is this the little entrance here? Okay, this is the church. This is another street. I think it's this one, right? Next to the dental practice. Do we see dental practice around here? No, it doesn't really matter, does it? There's just one building, right? One building. Or two buildings? No, one building. Where's the church? No, we're at the front of the church. Oh, I was about to make a mistake. We're at the front of the church. Look at this. So I'm using the alignment of the facade of the church with that street, with this alley. And here on my screen, I'm just going to put my marker. 3 meters. Yes, get that. 3 meters, 5,000 points. All right, ready for the next round? We have 5 rounds. I hope it's not too far. Now, for now, it was pretty good. Let's see. Where are we? I have no clue. I don't recognize this. As usual, I don't recognize anything. Zone 30. Okay, here we go. We have the name of the street. Klingengasse. Amazing. I don't know what that is. And I'm on the street, so I'd rather maybe go a bit further away so I don't get run over, because the camera operator has been instructed not to say a single word. So they're not going to warn me. Okay, we have a main avenue here. What does it say? Limmatstrasse. Limmat is the big river. This is another big river. Where's the Limmatstrasse? Is that next to the... Hang on. We have Klingengasse. I think this is not far away from where... Yes, I know where this is. And you're gonna laugh. It's exactly the other way from where we come from. And it's on the way where I play beach volleyball. Limmatstrasse. I'm pretty confident this is that way. Yes. In Klingengasse, so must be a side street, which I take when I go skateboarding. And great, because it seems I cannot move much for some reason with this imagery. Oh, interesting. So I'm pretty confident this is this area here. This is the tram line. Yeah, we have the tram line, so we can take tram 13. I can see it here. Tram 13, I think tram 4, the yellow line. So the thing is, we can't take it from here. So we're going to have to head back to the same spot where we were before. Tram 13 and something else. Let's go to the tram station where we just exited, and we're going to go head back to the main train station. So take the tram the other way. And maybe what I can do is check on the paper map. That I'm allowed to do. Oh, here we go. We have a tram, but let's not get run over. There's one coming this way, the one arriving this way. So we're gonna wait for this one to pass and try to cross. Interesting, it's a traffic jam of trams, apparently. Okay, let's make sure we're not getting run over. So many trams everywhere. Okay, here we go. So I'm assuming all the trams here are going to the main station. It's not too much of an assumption. It's not too difficult to assume. All right, come on board. So, Limmatstrasse, I think is this one. No, it's not actually. This is Zilke. Of course, no, the Limmat is here. Yeah, Limmatstrasse is this one. Let me see if I can find the Klingengasse, and I can't find it, but it must not be Limmat. It must be one of those. Oh, here we go. Just found it. So I want to go in this area. Museum for Gestaltung. Okay. So this is not going to be difficult. We're going to head back. We are coming back to the main station, and we're just going to go through. In fact, you know what? Should we get out here and run? You want to run, right? Yeah, we can do that. We can go, we're going to get out from where we started, actually. So it's a funny loop that we've done. And hopefully we'll get a random location afterwards in rounds 4 and 5, which are more in the city center with the cathedral and the lake. We'll see. now we have to wait to cross once again because there's this tram traffic jam. And we're gonna head right this way where we started earlier. Actually, we're right next to the main post office of Zurich. So this is the Zielpost building. I think it's the main post office. I actually don't even know, but it looks like a massive building. So I'm assuming, because it's quite in the city center, that this is the main post office. All right, if this looks familiar, it's because we came here exactly, what, 40 minutes ago? So now this is round 3. We're gonna catch one of the 3 trams which go to the one stop away from this location. You'll see it when we exit this escalator. Come with me. You're gonna see this, you're gonna recognize this area. We have the main station right here, the National Museum in the background, and the tram just left, but that's okay. There's constantly trams at this time of the day. Watch out, we got a van on the left. And we're gonna go this time to catch the tram, which is coming just this way. If you turn around, you'll see the tram is coming. So this is one of the 3 trams we can take, the 3 lines. So come with me, we're gonna cross just in front of it. Let's get on. So we're actually going just one stop away. We just missed the stop. I just realized we should have gotten out. I'm just hearing this is the next stop. I don't know why we waited, but that's okay. We're just going to take another tram going the other way or just walk because the intersection was just over there. Oh well. I think we just waited because nobody got out and you actually have to press the button to get out. This button right here, otherwise nothing happens. Obviously, that was a bit of a dumb move. Okay, let's see if we have another tram so we can go back because it was so short. Oh, we have another tram coming. Look, if I stay here, I'm gonna get run over and nobody wants that to happen, right? Right? Okay, so it's coming. I think it's quicker if you wait for it. Not 100% certain, but okay, that was a really dumb move. I just waited at the previous stop thinking, oh, it's here. And I thought, oh, it's gonna open its doors on its own and forgetting that obviously you need to press the button. Well, all right, never mind. So actually this is, I don't know if it's interesting, but this is right next to the area where I play beach volleyball. It crosses, there's a bridge that crosses over the river, and right behind it you have 2 beach volleyball courts. All right, let's get back on the tram, to get back to our stop because we went too far away. I think they can see whether they're early or late. If you look on the screen on the right, if you come this way, and this angle, I think it says +00, so it's exactly running on time. You see this a green, go above the screen maybe. Oh, it's in red now. It says +00. So I think it just went from green to red. But I think they can track exactly whether they're on time or not. Okay, so this is a game, let's not forget, we need to get to going to find our street, and our street should be, I think it's the one behind, or is it the one right here? No, it's the next one. It's the next one. It should be right here. And this is the sign that I could see just before, Limmatstraße, so I knew it was here. Limmat is the name of the river, in case I did not mention before. And here we go. This is Klingengasse, written here. You can see the distinctive road signs in Zurich, right? This is blue and it has like this white, thin border around it. I don't know if it's all the street names like this in Switzerland. I got distracted because children are shouting. All right, let's go back to my spot here. We need to see where I need to stand to validate this. Okay, we have the zone 30, which we see clearly on the street view thingy. And we have that sign, that arrow. So we should be able to see that tree and this thing. So I need to be standing right here, which of course I need to put on the map, Dumbo that I am, which should be, all right, so we have that museum or Flamingo Club, which is that building. So if I put my marker here, I should get my 5,000 points. 0 meters, 0, okay? That was exactly the spot. I'm physically on the spot. Next round, show you the next round, and hopefully it's not a boring location just next to the train station. Unbelievable, this is very close to here. I'm surprised. I recognize right away because it says Balkan House. It's literally, I think we're literally just a few seconds away from it. This is funny, Balkan House, and the reason I know this, let's walk towards that area. Oh, this is again the train tracks. It's actually literally this way, down the road, or either left, or I think it's on the right after. Oh, well, I'll show you the new bridge. That's interesting. Yeah, we're not going to see the river, it seems, today, or the cathedral, or everything that's interesting about Zurich, but at least I'll get to show you some of maybe the newer areas which have been built and rebuilt over the past few years with brand new office buildings where I work, but also this brand new fancy pedestrian crossing over the train tracks, which allow pedestrians and residents, I suppose, to be able to cross the train tracks without having to go all around and waste, oh my goodness, 10 minutes of walking around. No, 5 minutes actually. Well, 10 minutes, let's say 10 minutes of walking around. The reason why I recognized this spot here on the screen is that I was looking up, what was like, oh, you may have seen on my channel. I've posted about 2 months ago a couple of videos about how I'm doing some laser cutting. So I'm using a laser machine to cut wood, and what I've realized only recently is that you can cut through and engrave, well, you're actually cutting the jeans, like denim pants, and you can actually do these, looks like embroidery, but it's not embroidered, obviously. It's actually, I understand that it's actually removing the thin layer of the jeans, superficial, and then you can do like some very fine detailed drawings. So I thought I need to find cheap jeans because my jeans are expensive, right? They're not expensive. I always buy the cheapest stuff. And non-branded, although the ones I'm wearing today are actually Levi's. No product placement. This channel is not big enough to get any product placement. And the reason for this is because when you buy them in the US, which is what I've done, they're actually much cheaper than in Europe. And they're the same price roughly as non-branded jeans in Europe. I mean, I don't know why I'm talking about this. The point is, I was looking in Zurich for where I could find secondhand jeans so I could try out this laser machine on jeans. And this is how I came across Balkan House. And Balkan House, I believe, is where you can buy or sell, I'm not sure, I think I see buy secondhand stuff. So we're gonna go there, and I think it's a historic building. Here it is, Zürcher Balkan House. And this is, on the left here, is this brand new pedestrian bridge, which was opened maybe 2 years ago, or 1 year ago, I think 2020, 2021, during the pandemic, and allows you to go from one side of the train tracks to the other side. So we'll go there in a second. First, we'll go and check Balkan House a little bit. We'll do a detour. I mean, who cares about the time for this game? It's my game anyway. And maybe we can give a look inside of the Balkan House, what they have in terms of secondhand clothes. Not that I'm going to buy anything, but just out of curiosity. Okay, so we're next to a crying baby, at least. Okay, so I'm going to put my marker. Yeah, we have the yellow building behind it. So let me put my marker on Balkan House. We walked down Klingengasse and we turned around here, and here's Balkan House. So, secondhand store, as it says on Google Maps. Okay, let's see if it's around here. Should not be far away. Let me check again. Balkan House, no, it's very close to the entrance. So let's validate the guess. 9 meters. 5,000 points, that's what I'm talking about. And before I click next round, which was, it's been already 1 hour, by the way, let's go inside and see if it's open. Oh, look here on the right, you have a cow, of course not a real cow, but it's, I think for a couple of years you had these cows across Zurich. I don't know if it's still the case. Oh, there's one more interesting thing here in Switzerland. If you look down on the paint of the lines for the parking spots. So the blue ones are for residents, if you have a permit as a resident, and I think you can use this when you're also using this as on a Sunday, I think. And the white ones, the white lines that you have on the parking spots are for paid parking. So you have the machines, like in every country of the world, you have machines. What's nice now, and for the past few years, you can also use an app to pay for your parking. So I think you put your license plate number and you can pay with a credit card. Anyway, this is also very typical, especially if you're a GeoGuessr player, you will want to know and recognize these paint colors. There's one more thing about the Street View camera in Switzerland, just like in Japan, it's actually a very low cam. It's not very high as in other countries. And if I understand correctly, it's for privacy reasons. The privacy laws in Switzerland are quite strict. And people, and this is the reason why you cannot just have a camera peering over the fence of someone's garden, for instance. We have an old Ferrari here. We usually see more modern stuff, but we have an old Ferrari. I'm not a big fan of supercars. I don't really care about on this side, this one. I'm not telling you it's my car because I don't want to brag too much. I'm wearing sandals, so I look like a hobo, but this is, I don't know, 1970s, 1980s. What do you think? So we're supposed to get in our second-hand shop, and I have my Ferrari, my second-hand Ferrari, I suppose. All right. Got some interesting skateboarding here. I guess some people don't like graffiti, but I thought it makes it a bit more modern in a way. So let's go to this pedestrian bridge I was describing earlier. So the nice thing is that you have a lift. And the nice thing about Switzerland is that the lifts actually work and they do not smell, if you know what I mean. So it's not because it's just new, it's just the way in Switzerland. We're just going to go in the middle of the bridge so you can see all the high-speed trains and local trains and regional trains. Maybe you'll see even my train. What's my train? My train is the French-Swiss train that connects Zurich to Paris. It's a direct train in the sense that you don't have to get out of the train to get to Paris. You have 4 times a day, I think, or this is the usual schedule. It stops in Basel and 2 or 3 cities or towns in France, like Dijon or Mulhouse. All right, so here we go. Maybe I'll stop here because then we have the protection, so it's maybe easier just to see the main train station. You can see actually what I thought was St. Peter's Church when we went to St. Jacob's Church, all the way down with this copper green color of the roof. These are the brand new offices on the right hand side. So the gray one, the white one, all constructed or renovated over the past, 5 years roughly? Actually, my office is just in one of these buildings. If you want to stalk me, it's this way. Oh, and that's my train. The copper one, in this case the copper brownish, the second one, is actually one of the trains that goes all the way to where I live, far away from Zurich, all the way down south, by the lake of Zurich, but all the way south. The final round, and hopefully we're going to get somewhere also a bit more interesting maybe. And the final round, yes! Let's go. Let's go where? Actually, what am I doing? Let's go down. It doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. Yes, I say yes because on my screen I recognize the cathedral of Großmünster of Zurich, which is very distinctive because of its 2 towers. We have the statue. So this is right in the middle of Zurich. This is nice spot, nice way to finish. So what we'll do, as you can imagine, we'll take a tram. There's no point taking a train because there's no stop in the middle. It's so small. We could walk there, but we're going to take a tram to get to the city center. So follow me. We're getting back down. We're going to walk directly to the next tram stop where we actually took it 3 times now, or 2 times now, and this is going to be the 3rd time where we go and grab our tram to get to the city center. So we're going to down the street, go back next to the train station, and then exit in the city center on the bridge in between the 2 churches. That's a very nice spot. Thank you, GeoGuessr. Thank you, Google Maps. So we can have a nice finish of this video. So we're going to take the purple line number 4, and we're going to go all the way down along the Limmat, the river, and we're going to stop. I believe this is Helmhaus, which is next to the cathedral, or Rathaus, either one or the other. No, we can see it. I think there's the cathedral in this square. Yeah, there's a squarish thingy, a pink square with a building, which is probably the church. And St. Peter's Church is, I think, this one here. This is Fraumünster and Großmünster. So we're going to do 1 stop, 2 stop, 3, 4, 5, which will take us about 7 or 8 minutes. This is St. Peter's Church. Then you have Fraumünster, the one with the green copper roof, and opposite is Großmünster. So we're going to want to go next to this church, the green copper roof. But in the meantime, you have to come and see this. Come around. Yes, we can go through here. Because this is what I was talking about when it comes to seeing what the city looks like. This is Zurich, and it's very nice. I much prefer Zurich to actually any other city in Switzerland, especially Geneva, which I don't like particularly. I really like this opening. And look at this, it looks a little bit looks like Venice. I mean, it's not Venice at all, but the blue and white stripe, diagonal stripe, where the boats, the public transportation is actually stopping. Oh, you can see the boat is actually under the bridge over there. It's very, very far away now. But this is actually public transportation. We can actually take it. Maybe we can do that afterwards for the fun. You have the cathedral on the left. You can see the two towers, Großmünster and therefore Fraumünster, on the opposite side of the Limmat, the river, which is just in the middle here. I really like this area, and you may not realize it, but in the summer you can actually swim and go in the water right here. What you may notice as we walk around and we get to Fraumünster, what we'll do is go on the left-hand side and go on the other bridge, is we may see other of these little ouriels, which I was describing, these balconies, which are protruding outside of the... oh, you can see one here, actually, outside the facade of the building. Can you see the one above the red umbrellas? Right above it, you have one of these little things. And just beyond it, there's another one next to the beige house as well. Anyway, this is just very, very common in Zurich, but also in the Germanic side of Switzerland. So this is just the northern side of the bridge. On the left-hand side, you have a hill. You can maybe tell because you have this trees going all the way up. So you have people playing chess with free chess pieces, big pieces. They play pétanque as well, it's a French game with balls. And that's about it. Just this nice atmosphere in Zurich. It's not super sunny today, unfortunately, but that's how things are. And all the way down, this is where we come from actually, with the main central station, the train station. And you may see down all the way, you can see the blue and white trams that we took to come to this area in just a few minutes actually. If we had walked, it would have taken about 20 to 30 minutes. Not a big deal, but for the sake of the video, and to try and play this game, I'm trying to go as quickly as possible. So let's go to the cathedral and cross the other bridge on the other side. Hey, it's me again. We're going to the main cathedral. You can see all the flags. You can see the Swiss flag, obviously. I think you know the big plus that Switzerland is. Behind you have the blue and white one of the canton of Zurich. We have 26 cantons. Well, technically we have what, 22 cantons, or no, 20 cantons and 6 half cantons or provinces. And the flag with the camel, I have no idea what this is. And it's the same word in English and French. What would you know? It's a term of architecture where you can actually have these protruding windows outside of the house. And you can see this one is particularly decorated with this boat and another coat of arms on the center. Not sure what this means, but you know, whatever. Let's carry on. And you have another one on the left here. And this one, interesting, is actually, this oriel is going over 3 floors. It's all connected on the left-hand side, right behind the, yet another fountain, by the way. So if you come with me and careful with the tram, it's fine. You know, I mentioned earlier how we have 1,000 or 1,200, I think, fountains in Zurich, in the city of Zurich. And this one, yet again, does not have any sign to say that you cannot drink from it. So as I said, it was time for me to have a drink in this fountain because it doesn't have any sign that it's non-drinkable. See, I'm still alive. Let's go. You can see the Fraumünster on the right-hand side. This is what we're going to get to in a second. What's interesting about it is it has some stained glass in the church, and the stained glass has been painted by a Russian-French artist, very well known of the 20th century. Can you guess who it is? Russian-French artist who's known for not stained glass as much as painting. He's the same one who's painted the ceiling of Opéra Garnier, the opera house, the old opera house in Paris, and that's Marc Chagall. So there's a very famous stained glass within Frauenmünster by Marc Chagall. So this is one of the things to see here. You know what, let's go this way with this tiny little street behind so we can go to the cathedral. It's actually quite funny to see how small it is. If you follow me, you're going to see how narrow this alley is, obviously just for pedestrians. So let's go up here and we're going to go behind the main cathedral, which has some interesting architectural elements as well. So this is probably the historical part of Zurich. It has cobblestones, it's pedestrian, you have 2 or 3 streets which go up the hill and go all along the river as well. So it's a crisscross. And you can see, well, the cathedral is right here actually, and it's an interesting architecture with this, I don't know if you can see if it's red on the left, this very narrow golden and red roof of this tower. And you have the big towers in front of it, obviously. So we're going to go here through the stairs to go to, I think, if it's still there, there's a human charger. You want to know what it is? This human charger? Well, you're going to see this in a second. You can charge yourself just like you can charge your phone. If it's still there, let's see. It's actually a very nice view of Frauenmünster from here. I think the human charger is still around. Oh, it's barely visible. It's barely visible. It used to say here, human charger, and you had like the 2 prints of a hand. So I'm going to charge a bit. Okay, thanks to connect it to Mother Nature. People are going to think I'm peeing against a tree, but it doesn't matter. You know, I'm just charging myself up a bit. Okay, good enough? Yeah, okay, that's a human charger. Anyway, it's a shame you can't see it anymore, but I know it's there because I've been living here forever. I'm a bit of a dinosaur. Anyway, a very well-known place here for music instruments. Musikhug, not hug, I guess. You have tons of instruments on all the floors. It's a very well-known place, shop for all kinds of musical instruments. It's been here forever. In fact, I remember buying a digital piano back when I lived in France, and the seller was a French-Swiss citizen, and he told me about this shop. That was something like 20 years ago, almost, no, a bit less than that. And what's going on here? The tram is stopping for me? No, I guess not, I don't know. Oh, it's because it's the tram stopped. All right, never mind. I thought the tram was stopping for me. Obviously, that was the tram stop. Okay, let's get to our, and we have some blue sky. You know, the interesting thing in French, we say that this is the, because we have 2 types of police forces. Well, actually we have 1 police force in France and the other one is gendarmerie. And this is actually the military, but they act as police in the countryside. So there's an expression that when you see a small piece of blue sky in the sky, that this is the underpants, the underwear of a gendarme. Right? Because they have blue uniforms. So supposedly their underwear is also blue, I suppose. Seems something is going on here. I don't know if it's someone getting married. All right, so let's look at this this side a little bit. We're just in the bridge that I was showing earlier. We're getting closer and closer, and you can see the mountains already in the backdrop. So this is in the direction of where I live. For those who know Zurich, Bellevue is actually on the left-hand side where the flags are behind the boats. There's small marina on the left, and that's about it. You have the typical Germanic architecture, to be honest, all around here. Very distinctive of this part of Europe, I would say, because southern Germany, Basel, Bern, Zurich, St. Gallen, and I suppose a big chunk of Austria as well actually looks very similar. So let's get to our spot. You can see the statue. We actually have to go right behind that. If I go back to my game, we are next to the parking spot 1, 2, 3, 4. Between 4 and 5, and they're clearly indicated. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, so let's go and stand where I am supposed to stand. Bells, they love ringing the bells here every quarter of an hour or every hour. Okay, I am exactly here. I know where I am, obviously I am here. I'm gonna put my marker on the map, and this guy is trying to get out from his parking spot. So we're right behind the church, right here. Okay, here we go. Guess 3 meters away. That is a perfect view summary, 25,000 points. Exact score across the city of Zurich. I don't know how long we took, an hour and 45 minutes roughly. But we took some time to explain a bit of the city, and we did not really walk around. But I hope you enjoyed this video and discovering a bit of where I live and work most of the time. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.